In 2015, 43.1 million people were determined to live in poverty in the U.S. After researching information from povertyusa.org, census.gov, and feedingamerica.org, I learned the shocking fact that 43.1 million people live in poverty. This fact is representative of the U.S. poverty rate. The Census Bureau uses multiple surveys in order to compile the data. The Census Bureau has a large job ahead of them when it comes to researching all of the information necessary to accurately create the data used to create the poverty rate. The U.S. Census Bureau measures poverty by following the Office of Managing Budget's Directive Policy 14, using a set of income-based thresholds. The Census Bureau then compares those thresholds to the family size and composition to determine who is in poverty. The official poverty definition uses money income before taxes and does not include capital gains or assistance such as Medicaid, public housing, or food stamps. The official poverty thresholds do not vary geographically. However, they are updated for inflation using the Consumer Price Index. All of these measuring tools used by the Census Bureau create what is known as the poverty status. A family's determined poverty status allows us to understand how much additional resources a family will need in order to achieve a healthy quality of life. The U.S. poverty rate actually represents all of the individuals, Americans, who make less than the federal threshold, meaning that the U.S. poverty rate represents all of the Americans who are impoverished, meaning they don't have enough resources to survive on their own. The U.S. poverty rate helps us to determine what families need additional resources in order to eat and have adequate shelter to sleep on. Some of these families would never be noticed if it weren't for social services in the U.S. Census Bureau. These federal programs are incredibly important to our mothers, fathers, children, all of the Americans. In conclusion, I have described what poverty status is and how it makes the U.S. poverty rate. So now we know what the U.S. poverty rate is. We know how poverty status is determined and that American families need this service. If we can't come together and take care of our people, Americans, who need additional assistance to do simple things like eat and find shelter, then we may have much larger charges ahead of us than I thought before. I hope that this information will help you to better understand the U.S. poverty rate and how we need to focus on making sure that Americans are taken care of. Have a great night.